Welcome to City Life. I'm Beverly Thompson. If you're thinking of adding a room to your house or building a deck, that often complex process has just gotten a little easier. Joining me to talk about how residents, business owners, and developers now have one central spot to go for help with permits and project applications is Patrick Young. Patrick is the director for the Durham City County Planning Department. Patrick, give us a little insight about building and development in Durham. We see cranes and housing happening everywhere. What's going on?
Thanks so much for having me, Beverly, and you're absolutely right. Durham is in the middle of an unprecedented growth boom, and you see the cranes everywhere.
Yeah, you do.
And that's adding tax base to our community. It's adding residents and jobs, and that's a great thing. And our elected officials have done a really good job of adopting rules and regulations that protect the natural environment and that protect the quality and character of our neighborhoods. But the process of making sure that you comply with those rules can be complex.
Oh, yeah.
For example, there are over 70 different approvals, reviews, or permits that may be required for a large project. And so I'd say the biggest hurdle, I think, is the complexity and scope of the process associated with complying with the various regulations that the city has adopted.
Okay, all right. So tell me, how will the new Development Services Center help residents, business owners, and everyone get over some of those hurdles?
The Development Services Center is partnering with over 20 city and county departments, state agencies, and advisory boards in the city to work together to create a one-stop shop for information about and assistance with the development review process. And the way we'll do that is to make sure we help builders and residents understand the different rules that are required to build what they want to build, including the time it will take and the cost of the different permit and review processes.
Okay. Now, you mentioned some 20 departments being involved in this whole process. Now, is this going to change any of the things that they normally do to help residents through the process?
So the agencies that currently review plans will continue to review plans.
Okay.
There's the expertise and specialized information and knowledge in areas like water quality, transportation, and planning that is going to stay where it is now. And so you're going to get that same high quality information. But what we're doing is bringing customer service specialists into the Development Services Center. And those specialists will be the folks that work directly with residents, builders, and other interested parties, and making sure that they understand all the rules and requirements they have to comply with in order to successfully complete their project.
So nothing really has changed. They're just going to be in one spot, one-stop shop.
That's right, a one-stop shop.
Cool. Okay. Now, when you were designing the center, did you visit any other places to give you some ideas of how the ideal one-stop shop are to work?
We did, Beverly. We were fortunate enough to be able to go to our peer cities, Raleigh and Charlotte, who have implemented very similar centers over the last decade. And we learned a lot from them. What we learned primarily was two things. Make sure that you develop your center in a way that provides high quality, timely information to residents, and that you have a multidisciplinary partnerships between the different departments, engineering, building trades, planning, and other professionals in development review, so that questions can be answered quickly and effectively.
Let me ask you a question. Was it hard to get everybody, say, from those 20 departments on the same page to realize this is a customer-focused kind of process?
There's been a lot of support and great partnership with all those departments. I think all these departments for a long time have wanted to improve the way they provide information to customers, but there was never an opportunity, a venue to do it before. And now we've created that, and the folks in all the departments and partnerships have been outstanding.
Okay, so let's break it down then. Let's just say I'm a homeowner and I want to redo my bathroom or add a deck. How is this going to simplify my life?
Sure, there's three key ways that the Development Services Center will help you as a homeowner or a small business person trying to add on or make modifications to your development. The first way is that you'll have a place to come to get assistance with your application. The second way we can help you is that if you qualify for certain small projects, we have an express review team that's going to be able to review projects within 1, 2, or 3 days. And the third important way that the Development Services Center could help you in that scenario is to help you understand exactly where your project is at in the review process and make sure that you get a timely and successful outcome.
So before, if I wanted to redo, say, my deck, and someone downtown was building an apartment complex, if they got in before I did, then I just had to wait in line. But with Express Review, I get pushed ahead?
That's exactly
Or is
right.
it
We
different?
have a small team of professionals that are going to focus on small plan types like decks, like driveways, things that your average homeowner needs help with and that needs to be done quickly. Because we understand that small businesses and homeowners are on a budget, and we want to make sure we help them get a successful project in as timely manner as possible.
Right. So the need for the center was noted in 2 different plans. Can you tell us a little bit about both of those plans and how they contributed to making the center?
Yes, Beverly, you're right. There were 2 plans that recommended that we look at our development review process. The first was the Joint Economic Development Strategic Plan, which was an initiative of the city and county, had a lot of input from key stakeholders in the business community and the development community. And creating a more business-friendly environment was a key goal of that plan, and is a key goal of that plan. What that plan called for was a easy-to-navigate process for development review that had predictable outcomes, so that whether you're a small builder or a large builder, you have a good idea of what it takes to get your plan approved and how long it takes to get your plan approved. The second was an internal audit we had of the development review process, which really focused on the fact that we have a good process, but it's very separated into different departments and organizations. We have over 20, as I mentioned earlier, over 20 departments and agencies that have a role in development review. And so what that audit called for was a better coordination between those departments and agencies, and that's exactly what we're bringing with the Development Services Center.
So you used both of those plans to kind of put together something that was good for everybody. Huh?
Exactly right.
Yeah, okay. So Patrick, in addition to helping homeowners and small businesses, is this center going to actually assist developers as well?
It will. As we've discussed, Beverly, our priority and our focus is small businesses and homeowners. But we absolutely will have more seasoned professionals who can sit down and walk through each step of a complex development process with a larger developer or a builder, an engineer, architect, or designer, either in person or on the phone, to make sure that they also are able to have a successful outcome with the development process.
I know the development community will be glad to hear that. I mean, that is really some good news for them, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but they contributed to making the whole process work, right, or giving you input for the center.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you brought that up, Beverly. This whole initiative relied on a lot of feedback from stakeholders in the community, both small business owners, homeowners, and development professionals. And all of that input was led to the success we're going to have with the Development Services Center.
So Patrick, another component associated with the center is a new website. Tell us a little bit about the website and how it works.
Well, Beverly, the website is an important tool in delivering our mission of the Development Services Center, which is to improve the ease of navigation of the development review process. So there's 3 key tools we'll be deploying in the near future. The first is a easy to search database of information on the development review process, similar to what you use for Google or Wikipedia, where you can type in a question and you'll get relevant information, articles, and frequently asked question responses. A second key tool is a application that will allow you to ask a question right from the website. You'll get an immediate update on the status of where your question is at and the contact for who has your question if you need to discuss it further, and a timeline on when you'll get a response for your question. And a third critical piece is a application that will allow both owners and interested citizens to track the process of different development applications. So if you've got something in your neighborhood you're interested in, or if it's your project, you'll know exactly where it's at in the review process.
All about convenience, huh?
It is.
So there may not be a strong need for this, but if applicants, say residents, businesses want to come to the Development Services Center, where is it located and how can they contact the customer service team there?
Sure, great question. So the Development Services Center is located on the ground floor of City Hall, 101 City Hall Plaza in Durham. You can also call us at one of 2 numbers. We have 2 lines, 919-560-4137 or 919-560-4144. You can also use our website, www.durhamnc.gov/DSC.
So Patrick, thank you so much for joining me, but I do have one final question. If there's something you want to leave our viewers with so that they can think of the Development Services Center as something that is really helpful for them, what would that be?
The Development Service Center is here for homeowners and other customers to easily navigate a complex process and to assist them with that process.
All right. Patrick, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Beverly.
Well, that does it for City Life. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and watch us on Durham Television Network and on YouTube. I'm Beverly Thompson. Thank you for joining me to learn more about City Life in Durham.